Welcome. It's Saturday, I think, and we got another amazing, interesting, curious, and something else guest. Please introduce yourself and tell us everything about yourself.
It's about to get wild, bro. So my name is Joel Farrell. I go by Joey Edibles on YouTube. My roots are as a stand-up comic. There's a lot of open mics here in the Cleveland area, and I expanded it to start a show with three of my buddies called the Square Table Degenerates podcast. We started it in May of 2019. It was originally just four guys sitting around a table talking about whatever. And then, like everything, the pandemic hit. Everybody was locked down. So we were stuck in the house. So we had to figure out what to do. So that's when we came up with StreamYard, what we're on now, the virtual options. As we started branching out into guests, and it kind of just took off from there. It's not exactly as big as I want it yet, but, it's growing, man. I've talked to some fun people, man. Some epic. I've talked to people who won, like, Heisman trophies. We're talking guys, Grammy Award winners, multi-platinum artists. Right Said Fred I had on, Mindy Sterling from the movies, Austin Powers. It's been fun, bro. It's been a real blast. And I just you see me in chat all the time. I'm online constantly, dude. Because I work at home and I work during the day. So I can, easily hop on YouTube feeds and comments and just say hi and support the community and shit like that. So hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you're in a lot of chats, you're in a lot of feeds, especially for kind of Ireland and UK. You're in a lot of them. Like for the Americans, you're like the most that are in chats that you see, and you take part in lives and panels as well. Yeah, so I suppose I should go through your stats when they're up on screen. I didn't know exactly. I think there was an open night mic video. I think it was in 2018. I thought that was your first video on YouTube, your first proper video. So 75,000 views, it's about 58 views per day. Yeah, so pretty good figures. 700 and something subscribers. So you have pretty good stats, I think.
It's been a stall in the subs recently. I haven't had a new sub in a week or so. But that's just the nature of the beast. I've talked to, at this point, most of our friends are all YouTubers, so we talk to each other all the time. And not that we don't have real friends. Not that we aren't friends in real life outside YouTube. You don't have to get into that though. But just the past week, like even Squirrel and a couple other guys saying, yeah, nobody's summoning at all. It's you just gotta play the game and holler it out. I gotta shout to people in the chat, bro. Who got Phil's out there? What's up, Phil? Crumbly Beard, Steve is out there in the chat. Steve's pretty cool, man. Good dude. I like Steve. He's all right guy. Josh is cool too. He's funny as fuck, man. If you've never talked to Simo, give him a holler, bro. He's funny as fuck. Hell yeah. That's my dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat there. I suppose I'm going to ask the obvious question. How did you start making content on YouTube?
Well, basically it started because I was doing open mics, stand-up comedy. And I just got sick of going to, taking what I assume is a better talent than what, was getting appreciated some of these places. I didn't want to drive out in the middle of nowhere and not see my kids on a fucking Tuesday. When I could just do it right here in the comfort of my own home, and smoke all the fucking drugs I want and do whatever right here at the house. And I can make people laugh. I'm not trying to say I'm the next fucking Johnny Carson or the next whatever. I don't know who's funny over in Ireland, but, I'm a pretty funny fuck. And I wasn't going to sit there with a bunch of judgmental idiots and sit there and, try to stay my talents when they're just not appreciating it, they're not laughing. Who knows? If some of the laughs on YouTube artificial? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, man, it's a lot more fun. It's a lot easier for one. I can just come on shows like yours, and we can just talk and just bullshit, as opposed to I got to drive a half hour and go wait in a line and order a bunch of chicken wings. And not that chicken wings aren't bad. I like chicken wings. Everybody likes chicken wings, but I don't want to be that as a precursor to what we're doing. I don't want to have to buy these chicken wings just to talk to you. It makes no sense. So that's how I got started. And that's why we just keep plowing forward, dude. We're just, man, it's fun. I'm telling you, it's fun, bro. It's the rock star life is fun. The more appreciation you get, the more, views you get, the more likes you get, the more people are like, hey, what's up, Joey Edibles? How you doing, buddy? That's fun shit, bro. It's addicting. It's like, it's like a good drug, like the drugs I do actually. But, it's fun stuff, man. I'm telling you, it really is.
Okay, worst and best comment you've got on your channel.
Worst comment? It's weird. I really haven't got a bad comment on the channel. I mean, maybe something like, your lights need fixed, and I've done that. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, it's obviously a live stream, so we get more live viewers than, post edited comments and all that. Boy, yeah, I've never really had too much of a negative thing. I'm trying to even think, bro. It's kind of weird. It's like I'm so overwhelmingly positive. I just tend to black out all the negative shit. I just don't really care, and I kind of ignore it. It's really hard to bring up the negative, to think about what they would say. I mean, even if they did say some of it's probably true, I mean, whatever. I don't really care what people think about me if it's true and, bad and all that. But
yeah, okay. So,
what was that?
next comment then? Is there any comment that stands out for you?
Any comment that stands out? Fuck. I don't even know. I mean, it's just I don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't really get many posts. Like once I post, obviously I'm a live streamer, so like once the videos drop, they don't get me too many comments, posts. I mean, most of the comments are probably about like the people I interviewed, not really about me. You know what I mean? Like when I had on McNeely, I think that's my most popular interview I had. So it was Peter McNeely, the boxer. If you guys don't know, I'm talking about his Mike Tyson's first opponent out of prison. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. I talk with him every now and then. But he, some of the comments would be about him, like, oh, he took too many punches to the head, or he's on drugs or whatever. I mean, which was not true. I didn't really, but I'm not going to sit there and defend it. I mean, it's all out there on the record. But so basically, people, mainly people accusing stuff the guests I've had as opposed to me more. I mean, I'm not really ever under the microscope. I mean, I think it's because I'm so out there. Like I tell people I smoke weed. I tell people I do this. There's no secrets in what I do. I'm very open with shit. All my Facebook posts are public. I like to be out there. I like to be in the limelight. And so it's not really considered negative at that point. You know what I mean? People can be like, oh, you're a shit father, Joey Edibles, whatever. Some fucking guy who lives in a, half trailer with his mom and 5 other cousins thinks I'm a fucking idiot. Who gives a shit? Look at his life. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really even, it's hard for me to even care about negativity at this point. I'm 45 years old, dude. I'm not going to sit here and wonder what some guy thinks about me, if it's bad or whatever. I mean, it's not his life. It's my life, so I'm just going to keep plowing forward.
Well, the next thing is family and work. We'll go with family first.
All right, what you said, family and work?
Yeah, go family first.
What is the family? I live with my wife, Kim. She's going to be 50 this year. She's 49 right now. I got 2 biological kids with her, Jimmy and Nikki, James and Nicole. Nikki's going to be 13 this year. Jimmy's going to be 12. I got a stepdaughter. Her name's Kayla. She's 24. She's got 2 kids. 2 grandkids. One's like about 2 weeks old, and the other's like 18 months old. You can see them pictures on my community. I'll take a shout out. And that's about it. My father passed away a couple years back. Same thing with my mom. I got a brother. He lives on the east side of Cleveland. We don't really talk much. Now it sounds weird, but he just his wife. I mean, I don't even want to talk about his fucking wife, bro. She's a bitch. She's a straight up see you next Tuesday, dude. I loathe that woman, man. I want to just take her by her hair and fucking. I don't even want to get into it, dude, because probably be just arrested for thoughts. But she is an evil, vindictive woman, and she'll just throw it right on your face too, and expect it. I'm the only one who sees this shit, bro. Only one who sees it. And I'm gonna end her someday. I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm very methodical. I plan shit years in advance, dude. Tom, there's shit I do now. I've been working on for years. I do stuff now. In 10, 20 years is going to pay off such dividends. I mean, I'm very methodical at what I do. I'm very sadistic. Like, I don't care. I have no negative thoughts. I have no jealousy emotions. I just do what I think is going to better me and better my family, better my legacy for the future. Man, I don't really think about the stupidity of the world. I make my own world. And I try to do what I can in that world to just make it better, and I forge these relationships to where I'm getting real good at seeing through the bullshit in the world. Seeing who's fake and who's real and who's not. And that's why I like guys like you. You're a real dude. You know what I mean? You're from the heart. You're not doing this to become a millionaire. You just want to talk with people, get to know people, get to see how they are, bullshit with them. That's cool stuff. And we don't have thousands and thousands of subs. We're not out here with freaking creator trophies. But this is right here. This is the underground. This is what we need as YouTubers, as people, because this is where we grow. This is how you foster communities. Not going to the store, not talking with corporate shit, watching Disney, all that. This right here is where it's all about, man. The underground. People, just having fun, just chilling, bro. And that's where it's real. That's what I like about you. You're a real person, bro. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I went on a tangent there. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. It's gonna be a long interview, dude. Because I'm a chatty fuck. I don't shut up. I really don't, bro. I love talking.
Yeah, well, I won't shut you up. If you're willing to talk, I'll let you talk. So work is a comedian then.
Oh, for work. Oh, I gotta even get into that part. I work. Actually, I've never made money as a comedian. I ran a show once. It was me and about 5 guys, and I know about probably 100 comedians at this point. There's a Facebook group here in Cleveland, and a bunch of us know each other. But for regular work, I work for the VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs. Here's my work idea. I work right here with the. I don't know if I'm supposed to show that on camera, but whatever. So basically I'm a claims rep. So imagine, like, say you were in the Army, right?
Yeah.
And say you had hearing loss or you got a bad back. Say you're out there in the field and you blew your back out, and then you get out of the Army and you get discharged. 5 years later, you file a claim for that. Like, you want compensation or help for your back. That's what I do. So, like, I'll order the records for the claims and send them to exams, stuff like that. It's an okay job. I mean, it pays really well. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the pay is really nice. That's what keeps me there. It's very bureaucratic. There's a lot of silliness that goes involved with the federal government, man. There's so much unnecessary paperwork, like so much fucking just regulations out the ass, dude. You know me, I'm very what's in front of me, I do. So that's where me and work don't vibe there. But I mean, a lot of the work people think I'm funny. I mean, I tell people at work about the show, so they all watch it every now and then. Not a couple of them, maybe 2 or 3, but. I mean, so it's not like it's a secret, and all my Facebook posts are public, like I said. So if they wanted to say something, they could. They don't. So I just assume it's good to go and fucking go from there. What's that say? Okay. Imagine if Joey made his own virtual world like the Meta. Oh, dude, if we had a Meta, can you imagine that? Well, for one, if we had a Meta, there'd be like fucking big titty chicks everywhere. Like, as soon as you come into the Meta, there'd be like 3 big titty chicks welcoming you. Hey, welcome to the Meta. And then their fucking titties would be bouncing their shit. And you could like take their titties tops off if you want, suck on the titties. I love titties, dude. I really do. Don't get me started on titties, man. That's fucking awesome.
That question's coming up. It's coming up later.
All right. Sweet.
Any other hobbies other than YouTube? If you count YouTube as a hobby.
Oh, my other hobbies outside of YouTube, I collect a lot of hats. I got a lot of I'm not a Brooklyn Dodgers fan, but I got a Dodgers hat. What else do I do? Well, obviously, I'm a father. I like history a lot. Really, I'm basically it's because everything online. I'm on. People are like, why you always look at your phone? Why is you always online? Because that's where the knowledge is, man. It's an information superhighway. So like, you learn information. Everything in the entire world that's ever been done, pretty much, that's been recorded, is on that internet, right there in that phone, the palm of your hand. And I love information. I love just looking up stuff, learning about things, learning about cultures, people. What makes them operate, how they tick, you know what I mean? Because I'm very methodical and I just love retaining stuff, learning information. Like, if you get to me in a trivia contest, I'm great with trivia. I love trivia contests. And I got that from my dad a lot. My dad was a very big history buff, big Civil War, stuff like that. Not too much Revolutionary War stuff, but we just, so I would say history is a good hobby of mine. I like, I use, obviously, marijuana. I love weed. Stuff like that. Learning about I'm kind of high right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm actually on these. Can I talk about illegal shit on your?
Yeah, okay. All
right, so I'm on these mushrooms, bro. So I took a bunch of mushrooms before he came on, and they're working because what I was gonna do was I was gonna take some and then see what happened, and then see if I was gonna take the rest or save them. I think I'm gonna save the rest because if I took any more than this, I'd be incoherent. I'd be probably passing out. You know what I mean? So I don't want to take too much more. And they're not cheap either. Like, a half of the mushrooms is probably about $150. I'm not trying to get a habit where I'm spending $70 a day. But you only do it like the weekends because you can't do this during the work. But it's not really like addicting. So it says, okay.
Yeah, I was looking at something there during the week saying someone that half of the dispensaries in California are going to go bust because the taxes are just too high.
Oh yeah, well the problem with the California, they're such morons out there, man. Their government is. The people of California are great. We know a lot of people from California, Doritos, Shark, a lot of guys in California are awesome people. But the government is so ridiculous. Like, what they did, man, is they took they made it not a crime to. It's like fucking $500 fine to sell weed or whatever, or to manufacture weed, distribute weed, whatever. So like people just paying the $500 fine and just running their own dispensaries down the street, like somebody like me just growing it in the fucking backyard or whatever. So it's everybody at half the price, and so it's just part of doing business because there's no jail time involved. So who cares? So in the regular dispensaries are being taxed at such a high clip. I mean, you can get street weed in California for half the price you can at the regular dispensary. So who the fuck is going to go to a dispensary when you can just get it in the street for half the price? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're going about it the wrong way. I suppose the next question is, I know you're not a kind of a beer drinker, but I know you're in a lot of the chats of the kind of beer side across here. What do you think of the beer community as a whole, or beer review?
I like the beer community. There's some of them, in my opinion, they need to work more on the entertainment aspect of it. Like, I mean, some of them will do beer reviews for other beer reviewers, and not for the public. And when I say that, it's like they're I think they're doing it more for their friends. Because like, if I'm going out there and I'm going to drink a beer, say I want to drink a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or whatever the fuck I want to drink, I'm not going to go on YouTube and type in a thing. There's 800 fucking other people on Untapped app or whatever who's going to review the exact same beer. What I care that the entertainment is where it's at. You got to make people laugh. You got to get people engaged. You got to do shit that makes people draw them in. You're competing against thousands of other people doing the same exact shit. You know what I mean? So I think the showmanship is really lacking in the beer tubers. I mean, they have fun though. I mean, at the end of the day, sitting at your house and, doing beer tube is way more productive than going out there driving around, causing chaos like I used to, dude. I used to do some crazy shit, man. I used to roll around drinking. I did, bro. It was pretty fucked up. But I mean, it's life. You got to live life. If you're not living life, then what the fuck are you doing here? There's only so much time you got on this earth. I don't want to. It's crazy because, like, I've done so much stuff, man. I've been around the world. I've experienced so many things through the Air Force and everything else. And I still feel like I haven't done nothing. You know what I mean? I still feel like every moment needs to be grasped and, just heated, because it's like I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste energy. I don't have time for that at this point in my life. The days are ticking down, man. I'm 45 years old. I probably get up to 80 if we're being generous. And that's if you do the math, that's on the back nine. That's crazy to think about. I still got a lot of journeys to write here, but I'm trying to, make the best of it, bro, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for joining. And
Shar, what's up, Shar? Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
Yeah, thanks for joining. What age did you enlist in? When did you join the Air Corps?
Oh, well, I was in, it was 1985. That's why I graduated high school. And I wanted to serve, but I didn't want to be subject to arbitrariness. That means, like, in the Air Guard, in the States, you have the National Guard is like subject to the state call up. It's hard to explain if you don't know the history of the States, but I just went, basically we did 1 week in a month, 2 weeks in the summer training. And and at the time, 95, there was no real, Bosnia maybe, Kosovo hadn't even happened yet. So it was like, there was nothing really going on, nothing like the war on terror, obviously. The war on terror changed everything. I was in there in 9/11, and man, it was a different vibe after that. Like in the 90s, we got away with all kinds of stuff, bro. We would, we have our PT test and whatnot, and the PT test would consist of, okay, you got to run around this building or whatever, and you write down your own time. Of course I'm going to lie, and I never got the fucking time right, but you're going to trust me to write my own time down? Of course I'm going to pass. The fuck, you're going to snitch on myself? I'm not a fucking idiot. So, it was just such a different vibe. But yeah, the ultimate why I joined is I've always loved the country, the ideals, and I'm not really a hater either. I'm very, very positive. I try to be positive at least. So like, I love the entrepreneurship of America. Like, you never, like, for example, if a store closes in America, within 2 months, another store is going to be up where that store was. This is how we are. We're very forward thinking people. I love that, energy, just that go forwardness. And that's why I joined the service, so I can, protect that, way of living at least. It's like, people say, it's kind of, and was I really protecting anything? Probably not. But I just, it was just a fun thing. There wasn't going to be a time when I didn't at least serve something, serve some way. And honestly, at the end of the day, my whole life's been dedicated to government service. And I've been with the Air Guard, between the Air Guard and my dad and me, I've been with the VA since 06. So, you're talking, 25, 30 years or whatever of, lifetime of government service. And I dig it. I'm of the people. Eventually I'd like to run for office someday. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to run for office. just because I like the engagement. That's another thing I've been doing, Tom. Is just that I get very methodical. I like learning the different sides of people, learning how they tick, so that way, if I do run for office someday, I can relate to any question that they throw at you. So many people out there on social media, they like to block. Like, oh, this guy doesn't agree with me, so I'm gonna block him. No, I want to see out why he doesn't agree with me. If they call you names, who gives a shit? Any day people I've been called so many names. I've called people names in the past. Who cares? Names are just names, bro. It's just words. Words ain't gonna do nothing. It's the thoughts and the ideas and the matters and the relationships that really guides the country, guides the world. And that's why I think, I forgot what the even question. Oh, we were talking about the Air Force stuff. I kind of went off a tangent there. All right.
No problem. Yeah, so what's your memories from the Air Force? Were you deployed anywhere?
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. We went everywhere. I went to Virginia, I'm trying to run down all the trips in my head here. Virginia, Washington State, been to Alaska a couple times, San Antonio, Texas. When we down in Texas, man, went to Mexico. I'm not going to talk about what we did in Mexico, because there was some fucked up shit we saw down there.
Okay.
I mean, it was just crazy shit, bro. We've done some crazy. We went to Spain. Spain was awesome, man. That's the only time I've actually been in the UK soils, when we went to Gibraltar. Okay. Back in 06. That was pretty fun. And then Iraq, obviously. Most of the fun times are just through the 1 week in a month where we just hang out and just have fun, sitting around bullshitting and just talking. And now we take those relationships onto Facebook and stuff, still laugh about it. I got friends I met in the Guard that I'll till I die. I mean, I'll have them forever, because it's a brotherhood, it's a bond. I mean, it sounds corny, but it is. I mean, and it's a kind of a reverse bond. In the Air Force, we were just laughing about shit to like, it's not a bond brought on the Air Force, it's a bond brought on because how silly the Air Force is. It's like, all right, we're all in this together kind of thing. So that's what really made it fun, man. It really was a good time.
You're talking about running for office. Have you any political association with any of the parties?
I'll tell you what, man. When I was growing up, I was pretty Republican. Back in '96, I voted for Dole. Even coming up through 2000, I voted for Bush. 2004, I voted for Bush. 2005, I was still a McCain guy. I actually met John McCain in the year 2000. He was he had his book tour, and I was walking around with him. And I went up to his book tour, and I saw him there because I wanted him to run in 2000 before George W. Bush did, but Bush won it. And then, right around, I started to become a lot more independent right around 2012 or so, like libertarian. I really liked what the Libertarian Party, threw out there. And then it kind of went a little bit Democratic there in 16. I voted for Hillary in 16 because, I just didn't like what Trump brought to the table. And then when I gave Trump like a month, I was like, all right, let's see what this motherfucker got. And he proved just as we thought he was going to do. He just fucking, gave all the money to his buddies, and you just even worse, at least with the establishment, you get. And with Donald Trump, he's just doing all the shit for his buddies and give a fuck. So I'm actually pretty libertarian at this point. I can't see myself voting for a Democratic candidate, or not for sure as fuck not going to vote for Trump. So when you say like, where are we going as America? I don't really hold out much hope, honestly. I think it's going to be we cater to the worst common denominator. People don't want to be positive. They don't want to work together. They don't want to see what they can do for other people. They want to see what's in it for me. What's in it for me? How can I hate people? We're a very selfish country, and it's not. And we haven't gotten that way. It's not in us. We're not like that personally. It's just the way the media is like that. Companies like Facebook, and they want us to be against each other because there's a lot more money in that. There's a lot more clicks in controversy. If everybody's sitting around the table smoking weed or drinking beers and have a good time, there's no money in that for social media companies. There's money in that if we're arguing, though. So that's why, I don't hold out much hope for the future. And we could. If you get a visionary in there who wants to go in there and actually, you're going to have to legislate Facebook. You're just going to have to. There's no bottom line. It's fucking bullshit the way Facebook operates, and they feed the negativity. All the big corporations do it. The big social media places do it. I do like YouTube a lot more just because it's more free, a lot more free-flowing ideas. At the end of the day, you can't censor it. You shut me down. You shut Thomas down. We're going to build another fucking channel right tomorrow because it's a goddamn army. It's not it's a movement. It's a revolution. It's underground, bro. It's not like, we're just not bowing down to the sponsors. That's why whenever, talk about restrictions and stuff, I don't, I never know what I'm going to say when I come on stuff like this. When I cut on the channel, I never know what I'm going to say. That's why I love you know, in America we got the freedom of speech. It's a very beautiful, beautiful piece of legislature. Man, it might be the best amendment to that Constitution. Maybe the best, honestly, piece of legislation that's ever been passed in the world. Freedom of speech in America, because without freedom of speech, what would happen in World War I? What would happen in fucking, you know, Vietnam, World War II? Look where we would be at. It would be crazy, bro. I work for the highest levels of government. I've seen how some of these people operate. They do not want to be for the people. They just want to be for themselves. They want to promote the way it is. Nobody wants to think outside the box. Nobody wants to take a chance. It's really ridiculous. It really is. The groupthink has infested the United States government to the top levels, to the point where I don't think that it's repairable at this point without a revolution. Now, the revolution is going to have to come. People are lazy. Let's be real. Nobody's grabbing guns. Nobody's going to, you know, it's not going to be old school like that. It's going to have to be digital. It's going to have to be shit like this. You know, the thought, free form ideas, talking back and forth, stuff like that. That's how it's going to get done. And you can't give up, man. You just got to keep going and just, you know, you always got to join panels. You know, let your opinions be heard, especially if you're not accountable to anybody. That's a lot of people in America. Oh, I'm accountable to my employer. Fuck your employer. Your employer is accountable to you. You're more valuable to the employer than your employer is to you. Go out there, say your shit, do your thing, smoke your weed, you can't sit there in your house and, you know, not be involved in something that's literally changing the world right in front of you. Right now, up there in Ottawa, Canada, there's trucks taking over the Capitol right now while we're sitting here. It's happening, bro. The revolution is happening. It just needs a couple people to guide it. It needs guidance itself, but people are sick of it. People are sick of the government telling them what to do. They're sick of incompetence. They're sick of, you know, giving money to fucking billionaires for stupid shit when it should be out to the people. The Department of Defense in the United States, like an $800 billion budget. You know what? How much money they could do with $800 billion? How many homeless people they could feed? How many children they could educate? Give health care to seniors for $800 billion. Fuck out of here, you need all these planes. Who are we fighting? Who the fuck are we fighting? We haven't lost an aircraft since Vietnam. It's 40 years ago. We're still stuck in this goddamn Cold War mindset. My goodness, bro. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. What do you think the situation with Ukraine and Russia then?
Now, I personally think Putin's a fucking piece of garbage. I'm with, and we can't say the Ukraine. You have to say Ukraine now, because the Ukraine is like that was the Russians trying to get us to say that because they don't like it. And Kiev is spelled different too. It's like KYVE or something like that. But I'm with the Ukrainian people, man. And we need to tell that fucking idiot to get the hell out of the Ukraine. And I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take up arms. I'm way too old for that. But I mean, I think eventually it's going to come to war-ish. I don't know though, because people are lazy, dude. It's really. Like, it's a different world than was. Like, nobody's motivated for causes anymore. There's a lot of apathy out there. People just don't care. And I mean, I think that's where people like Donald Trump get in power, because people just don't care. You know, they rather just, it's easier to complain than it is to get shit done. I think that's how the Ukraine situation is right now. People are, it's just easier to not care about fucking Putin than it is to, get involved. Fuck that. Putin needs to be taken out. Putin's a goddamn malicious dickhead dictator. And he's fucking stomping all over the Ukrainian people. And he needs to stop. I mean, bottom line, I mean, fucking President Biden needs to get sack up and fucking send some troops over there and fucking kick that son of a bitch out. I mean, if you want to escalate it, fine. Americans, we will be behind a good cause, dude. We love uniting. The one thing about America, dude, is if push comes to shove, if there's a common enemy, we will fucking all unite to overthrow that enemy. We have all kinds of guns, all kinds of boredom, all kinds of free time, man. We go take that motherfucker out. But we need to unite. And when you got companies out there like Facebook, dividing us, it's hard to really get behind something. I mean, who knows? I've seen the people like Fox News and shit reporting the Ukraine situation. They're almost fucking Putin apologists at this point. It's gotten to the point where people in America would rather side with the fucking Russians than get along with their goddamn neighbors. That's how fucking divided it is right now. And it really pisses me off. And as an ambassador of my country, though, I have to listen to the idiots. I have to listen to stupid opinions that people throw out and just take it and, say, well, why don't you get along with your fucking neighbor instead of fucking talking out there, spewing this fucking propaganda garbage you see on TV, and think for yourself for once. Go out there, see how your neighbor's doing. Ask him how his family is, why he's crying the other day. Find out what's up, what it makes him tick, Get to know people. Don't just assume everything you see online is how they are, because a lot of people are living their lives online. It's a different life than they live in the real world. You know what I mean? So that's why the fucking Putin, you got to get rid of that fucker. The Russians are great people. I love Russian people, but that government, the Putin, I hate that fucker, dude. And he was you watch Trump. Trump never said one bad word about fucking Putin. One bad word about that fucker. And I think that's because what Trump thinks is going to happen if they do come down with the hammer of God on him, which they probably will. The Department of Justice, especially the FBI in this country, once they get their claws into you, you're going down. Look what happened to O.J. Simpson, dude. O.J. Simpson fucking skated on everything, but he made the fucking FBI, the Department of Justice, look like a bunch of idiots. They were like, you know what? Fuck that. We're taking you down. They got him on some kind of tax evasion. He got 2 years on fucking some bullshit charge. All right, but they got their fucking comeuppance. That's what's going to happen with Trump. And I think what Trump thinks is he's going to skate. He's going to go over to fucking Russia, hang out in fucking Caucasus Mountains, wherever the fucking just chill with his boy Putin in a goddamn Shangri-La. But I think that's why the charges, whatever they coming up with, they got to fucking speed that shit up. They really do. The bureaucracy, I think at the end of the day, we need to out bureaucracy Trump to get him up on charges. Because, you can't let shit like that go. The fucking shit he did was ridiculous, bro. It's stupid. Sorry for going off.
I seen something that he said something the other day that you might think he's going to run in the next election or whatever.
God help us all if it's Trump versus Biden in 2024, because Biden's going to be like 82. Trump's going to be like 78. We can't come up with anything better. Come on, man. There's 300-some million people in this country, and these two fucking 80-year-olds yapping. If your grandpa or something was 80 years old, sitting there in a couch talking about how bad the world is, you'd fucking laugh at him probably. But we're supposed to listen to these two yahoos just because they got money or a fucking, the DNC behind them. Fuck out of here, dude. We need some people with balls in this country. I'd love to do it, but nobody listens to people like me. So what do you want me to do? If you're out there and you're a party, you want me to come up on your party and you don't have a bullshit platform, I will fucking be your spokesman. Let me know. But I'm not going to fucking support no bullshit. I don't care about your causes. Cause is fucking making the world a better place. Not just America, the whole entire world, it could be a better place. There's no reason people need to fight. There's no reason for poverty. There's no reason for fucking any of that bullshit. We can all get along. We can all get high, all have a good time. So it just fucking chill. Everybody just needs to relax. Drop all the hate in your life. If you drop the jealousy, you drop the hate, you drop all the envy in your life, you will have a great life. You might need some money, but you have those three things, you're gonna be good to go. Good to go, man. You still gotta figure yourself and shit like that, but drop all the hate in this world right now, man. Be a lot better place.
I'll move on to something lighter. Your first beer.
My first beer was 1991. I was a freshman in high school. It was a beer called Calder's 29, and they don't even make it anymore. It's by the Miller Corporation. And it was frost brewed at 29 degrees was the marketing pitch. God damn, it was like 31 years ago. Boy, I had like 5 of those behind a motorcycle shop, me and my buddies. I caught a nice buzz that day. There was this little store probably about 3-4 blocks from my house. Used to sell like teenagers back then. I bought all kinds of booze. I think the second day, that was actually my confirmation. Actually, I'm Catholic, so like my confirmation was the first time I ever had beer. I had them 5 Colders. And then the next day, I went up to that same spot, a little corner store. I think it was like Sunshine Deli or some shit, some whatever. And I got some St. Ides. I think they still make St. Ides. I haven't drank in quite a while. But I had like a 40 of St. Ides, and I was just fucking poof. I started going crazy with it, bro. I would go up there every day. Because back then it was like $1.50, So you could take I would take my go-to, I would take $5 and I would get 2 40s Ides and a box of Marlboro Reds. And it was exactly $5 from that store. I remember it to this day. You get that today, 2 40s Ides and a box of Marlboro is probably like $20. But when you're a fucking teenager, it's perfect. So me and my buddies, whoever would want to go to the park with me, I would just fucking drink the beer, go to the park, smoke some cigarettes, have a good time.
Okay. During college, what was your go-to choice?
In college, I'll keep in mind I was a little older when I went to college. I was about 24, 23, 25, 24, something like that. I drank of the Natty Ice or Natty Light. I don't even recommend it. It's fucking swill. It's garbage beer. It's a total college beer. It's a Keystone Light too. Because you get like a 30 pack for like $12 or some shit. But yeah, I mean, obviously, since I quit drinking, I don't drink now. And but even like when 2018 was the last time I drank, unless that's when I quit drinking. And up in the 5 years prior to that was a lot of craft beers. I got more into the craft and shit. But back in college, I went to college, graduated college in 05. And I was back then they didn't really have craft beers because it was whatever. I drink light. It was pretty much all Natty Ice or Natty Light and whatever light Bud Light too. Whatever was cheap back then.
Okay.
Keith Sullivan for the next president. Keith Sullivan's a great actor, but well, he's Canadian actually, so I don't think he could run for president.
What kind of music are you into?
I like anything that pounds, really. Like a lot of metal. I don't like too much of the death metal for no reason. I like System of a Down, Guns N' Roses, are pretty my favorite bands. I love the excess, Motley Crue, party music, shit like that. A lot of rap. I like obviously I just had on tag team last night in the show. Like a lot of party rap. DMX, real just anything that's loud in your face. I'm a real loud guy. I like my life loud, so I like my music loud. Man, I don't really like any. But I do have a soft side. I listen to some ballads, and I like in terms of softer music, Cyndi Lauper, shit like that. But I don't like certain genres. I can't stand. Country music makes my fucking ears bleed. There's like one or two songs are okay, but most of it is fucking garbage. Luke Bryan's trash. Fucking Luke McCombs, where the fuck all those guys are garbage. There's a. I shouldn't say that after I just said drop all the hate in your life and call people garbage. There's people who like that stuff. I don't particularly care for the slow stuff. I'm not a country, because it's like this, dude. With country music, it's a lot of line dancing, a lot of group shit. There's not a lot of in your faceness. Like you play a rap song, you're getting out there grinding. You're up on the dance floor, you got titties in your face. You play any rap song, a fucking dance song, you're on the dance floor, you're fucking all up in some titties. And it's totally legal. And you can be married and you're up in some titties, just called dancing. I like that kind of vibe. I'm not country music. I'll sit out there. Let's all whatever, dude. I'm all about fucking. You know me. I'm about the party. I'm about the excess. I'm always gonna be like that. I've tried doing the sit down and not being about the party thing. It's just not my vibe, bro. The party never stops. It literally never stops. It's a lot easier when you don't drink. You just let the week take over. When you're tired, you go to sleep. But I don't like sitting around not doing nothing. I get bored easily, man. I don't like that kind of vibe. The party can keep going all the time. It really can. You just got to do it right. You got to be methodical the older you get. We can't go out there like when we're 20. You go out there and fucking drink a 30-pack and, get up the next day, go work. You drink a 30-pack of beer now, you're probably going to be fucking in bed for 4 or 5 days. You got to accept realities, but there's no reason the party has to stop. You don't have to think like an old person. Most of my friends are younger than me. It's not by coincidence. It's just because I fucking bring a lot of energy. I got a good vibe.
First concert you went to for music?
First concert I went to was 1989. It was back then the Indians, Cleveland, now they're called the Guardians, but the Cleveland baseball team had you pay $5 extra and you can get into the what was left of the Beach Boys, called the Beach Boys Band. And you can watch that. And that was with my mom. That was kind of again, it really wasn't a concert. I guess it was just more of a post-game thing. I guess the first rock concert I went to with my buddies. Probably, Summer Extension Jam 93, maybe. And because that was with, God, who was in there? Casey and JoJo. No, not Casey. Casey 10 was the name of Come Baby, Come Baby, Baby, Come. That was the name of the band. But Onyx was, if you heard the band Onyx, there's a song called Slam, Let the Boys Be Boys. That was a real popular, and they were the lead band then for that show. That was a great fucking time, man. So what happened was somebody threw a bottle up into the crowd when that K7 was on there, and they got kicked out. But then Onyx came out. It was a great time though because you're just all running. I really like, and I can't do it now because my bones ache, man. They really do. But I really miss the mosh pit. You know mosh pits are, right? When everybody runs around, runs into each other. I love shit like that. I love. Not fighting. I'm not a fighter. I've been in 0 fights in my entire life, but I just love all the, crazy energy, loud shit, awesome vibe music and stuff like that. Just bring it, bro. I haven't seen that movie, actually. And the funny thing is, MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, really big fan of Machine Gun Kelly. He's from Cleveland. Actually, he was in that. I got to watch that. Remember me to watch that later on. I'll have to watch that. Because I do really fuck with Machine Gun Kelly. It's the only one that Thomas James don't work for Thomas. That's true. That's true. That's true. It's very true.
What was your first music you bought then? So CD, record, whatever.
First, I actually, it's funny. I still got the tape cover. The first one I bought was Tone Loc, Loc After Dark. It was in 1989. I was 12, and I was in D.C. I was in Washington D.C. on a field trip.
Okay.
And we were at this mall, and I bought. It was a Tone Loc, Loc After Dark with the Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina. But it's funny you think about that Funky Cold Medina song. How did Tone Loc not know that this chick was a man? He gets all the way, like when you're dancing with her, you couldn't tell she had a dick. I mean, fuck out of here. It's a ridiculous song. And the whole premise of the song is ridiculous too, Funky Cold Medina. I mean, honestly, it's about drugging people, so they fuck you. I mean, it's a stupid song. And they still play it. How did they cancel? Think about this, Thomas. How did they cancel? They tried to cancel "Baby It's Cold Outside" with a song, which innocent song about people flirting outside the office. They tried to cancel on that, but they let "Funky Cold Medina," a song where literally it's about drugging trans people. They let that play in every radio station in America. People don't think about this stupid shit, man, but it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, but if you actually look at the words of a lot of songs, I bet you they should be all cancelled. Are you happy?
Oh yeah, I'm a happy fuck. I mean, I don't have any negative emotion. I mean, do I sometimes cry? Or I know that's one of your questions later. Sure, okay, everybody cries. Everybody's human. I try to. The only emotions I really have are happiness and anger, typically, because if you come in with with sadness and stuff, I can. I'm always high. I mean, that helps a lot too. I mean, if you smoke weed all the time, it's gonna be whatever. Boy, I mean, I'm just after so much of life, the older you get, you just don't care about, this person, that whatever. I just don't care. I mean, maybe it's more of an apathy thing on the negative side of it, but yeah, I'm happy as a clam, dude. I love life. If there's something that's negative, I try to block it out. Not block it out in terms of, I was talking earlier, about getting along with your neighbors, not blocking out that person, but blocking out the negativity. I just ignore it. I mean, people, if I'm debating something with somebody, or talking with somebody and they come at me with, they call me names, whatever. I just don't listen to the names and just continue through. That's where I think a lot of people go. Yeah, that's where, because a lot of the, the Trumpians, they call them Trumpians, whatever, but that they argue online and stuff will come in and call names. I've been called every name in the book, man. I'm 45 years old. I've been online. Dude, I was online for 1990 back under Prodigy. I've been trolling for 30 some years, almost over 30 years. I've had my same AOL address since high school. I'm talking 25, 30 years, man. I am an established old guard veteran when it comes to online wars, dude. I've been out there, AOL chat rooms, MySpace. I've seen it all. I've done it all. I'm the Tom Brady. You guys aren't familiar with football, but American football. But I'm the Tom Brady of onlineness, bro. I'm the Michael Schumacher of online trolling. I just done it and seen it all. I'm a goat. You can't fuck with me. I mean, you can't. People could try to bring the negative energy and try to, Joey almost this, that, whatever, dude. Just don't care. End of the day, I mean, I've seen it all, done it all. Anything, the way I look at it like this, I've done so much in my life. I've done everything I went out to accomplish. Graduated from high school, bought a house, got a family. Everything from here on out is gravy. I mean, anything good that happens from point forward is gravy. I do the YouTube channel for fun, man. I really do. Do I want to make money? Of course. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not sitting there wasting my time fucking blocking off parts of my day, spending most of my day on YouTube and not talking, building up an army out there for my health. Of course I want to fucking make money. I want to make my hobbies pay for me. I love to quit work and, do the STD podcast for a living. Is that possible? Who knows? Probably not. I'd probably have to get like $10,000 a month coming in. It's weird though, because like there was this. Have you ever seen the movie Wayne's World, Thomas? You familiar with that? Yeah. I based my entire life on that fucking movie and skit, bro. All this, the shows on Friday nights at 9:30 at the same time Wayne's World was on. I have a lot of so I actually got Wayne's World poster over there. It's ripped. I got to tape it up and put it up, but I mean it's in an hour and a half is the length I like to do the show. It's because Saturday Night Live was like that too. So it's like I base a lot of that stuff and it's fun, man. It really is fun doing this. It's just so fun. You got to embrace the fun in life. If you're out there, so many people just want to whine, dude, all the time. All they want to do is just think about the things that are going bad and how the world's against them. And you go out there, go out there, take a walk, pet a cat, go to the fucking mall, look at some old people, do something, cheer yourself up, smile a little bit. Fuck, it's too short to be out there fucking miserable all day. I ain't got time for people who just want to sit in the house. The world's against me. Oh, what was the last time you did something to better the world? Like, fuck out of here with that kind of vibe, man. Don't bring that kind of energy to my fucking palace. No way, son. You come to the fucking party with a smile and you come and say, hey, what can I do for you guys? Not what can be done for me. That was the famous president in the States. Everybody knows JFK, John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
They named the fucking airport after the guy. He said, ask not what your country can do, ask what you do for your country. Take that in your regular life. Ask what can I do for you, Thomas? How can I help you, buddy? You know, don't be selfish in this world. You know what I mean? That's too many selfish. I hate self. And it's weird because, I mean, I'm selfish too a little bit. I'm trying to, you know, I don't practice as I preach all the time. I'm not a perfect person. We're all flawed, dude. But you gotta get the negative emotions out. Not just you, everybody. So hard. It's so easy to embrace the negative. It really is. But the negative just it eats your soul and it breeds more negative. And then
it attracts negativity. If you're putting out negativity, it's going to attract negativity.
Exactly. Next thing you know, you're sitting in the house crying all day about, you know, woe was I. Oh, the world owes me. The world don't owe you shit. If you didn't give the world nothing, the world don't owe you nothing. You really don't. If you're out there and you're giving the world stuff, you're giving the world positive vibes, positive energy, saying hi to your friends, no matter how bad your day is, might be inside. You lost a cat, maybe your girlfriend cheated on you, maybe your show got canceled. Who cares? End of the day, put out a good face, you smile, how you doing? If somebody says, how you doing? Oh, man, I've had better days, but I'll get through. I'll be better. You know, I'm going to better myself today. I'm going to make myself a better fucking person tomorrow. Instead of, this happened, give me sympathy. Fuck out of here with that mindset. You know, too many people, when the bad stuff happens, they get this toxic culture of, I call it toxic positivity. Like, for example, you know, somebody said, me and my husband broke up. You'll get better. You deserve better. Can't guarantee that shit. I say, sorry to hear that. Hopefully things move on. You better yourself. People are out there guaranteeing shit for people. Oh, you'll get better. No, you don't know that. You don't know what's coming up tomorrow. You don't know that person's drive. You don't know that person's motivation. That person could be a fucking piece of shit. You don't even know it because their online persona dictates that you think they're a good person. They could be a fucking total asshole. And you're out there promoting the toxic positivity. Look into shit. Investigate people. See how they tick. See how they operate.
Yeah.
See how motivated. See what makes them get up in the morning, and then come at them. Because if you just fucking encourage the, you know, false positivity, false encouragement, it promotes bullshit, and that's how this world is to where we got today. You gotta acknowledge the fucking evils in the world. You got to. There's some things we cannot change. There's always gonna be homeless people. There's always gonna be people starving in the streets. Always gonna happen in a capitalist society. There's no way you can take care of that shit. No way. But you can bring good energy to the party. You can bring good vibes. You can be a good fucking person and leave this place wherever you're at. You can be here. You can be in England, United States, Ireland, wherever. Leave it a better place than you left it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you want people to be like, you know what? The world was a better place because that motherfucker existed, not because, there was another drain in society, another fucking piece of shit. I want their statue to be built out of me eventually. I'm not saying I'm fucking Jim Brown. I'm no Margaret Thatcher. I'm no fucking, who's that Scottish guy? Fucking Mel Gibson played. I'm no Mel Gibson. But, the world's going to remember Joey Edibles. You're going to remember my face. You're going to remember my thoughts. You're going to remember the shit I did. Maybe not everybody, but people will know me. People will remember me. Like, oh yeah, that guy was really cool. Because I don't want a legacy of, I'm just sitting here and I could have made a fucking difference and I didn't do it. You know what I mean? If I could brighten someone's day by saying something stupid, doing something silly, make them laugh, make that person's day a little better, that fucking makes me happy, dude. It's a drug. It's a great drug. It's addicting. And that's where I want to, that's the end of the day. That's what I want my legacy to be. I would just want people to laugh when they look at me. You look at my face, you look at the things I do, the things I say. I want you to laugh, but I also want you to remain positive and better yourself. Because it's not about me. I can't motivate you. True motivation's got to come within, man. It really does. Really fucking does. If you're out there and you're having a bad day, go take a walk. Call a relative. Call somebody. Fuck.
Yeah. What's your earliest memory?
Earliest memory, boy. Probably 1980-ish, 81. I remember spots of the basement of a house we used to have on Headley Avenue in Cleveland. And I remember some friends back then. So I'd probably say super early 80s. Don't really remember much about the 70s at all. I was born late 76. So I'd have been like 3 when the decade turned there. But I would say probably about 80s, very early 80s. I really started membership right around 83, 84. Once I turned 6, 7, 8, 9, like most people. But yeah, we moved to the suburbs of Chicago. I'm sure you heard of Chicago before. It's a big city in Illinois. And that was about 82. And I remember pretty much everything point forward on that. I remember my brother being born in 82, stuff like that. So,
most important person in your life?
Most important person in my life, and I know people are going to hate on this, but the most important person in my life is fucking me. And if you're out there and you don't say that the most important person in life is you, you're a fucking idiot. But I say, self-care is the most important. You got to talk about yourself in a good way. You got to promote yourself, whatever. You don't have to promote yourself. I guess if you want to live in life, and sit down and just doing nothing, I guess that's fine too. But the most important person in everybody's life should always be you. Because if you're not out there representing your best self to the world, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? You know what I
mean? What's the meaning of life?
Meaning of life is friendships and weed. Weed to a lesser extent, but friends, people, getting to know people. It doesn't. I don't say you have to have 500 best friends. I don't have to know, window beer review, Thomas's great uncle's life story. I don't have time for that. There's always so much time in the world. You know what I mean? But just genuine friendships is definitely the meaning of life. Just keeping by, just knowing people, saying, stuff happens in their life, be there for them, when good stuff happens and bad stuff. People are always there with the, only for the good times. You've been for all the times, So definitely friendships and getting to know people for sure. Because without humans, dude, the world is nothing. Without camaraderie, humans, relationships, what do we got? Just a fucking planet of rocks and fucking trees that don't do nothing.
You kind of answered this one before. Last time you cried, you say you don't go that way, but
the last time I genuinely, if we're talking crying as in terms of sadness, I'd probably say one of my friend Dovey from work died about a year ago. It really hit me hard. I was really close with her. And it wasn't anything sexual. But we were just really close. She's a really nice person. There's thousands of pictures of me and her on Facebook. She loved taking pictures. I think that's why we got along so much. And then before that one, my dad died in 2020. So I'm a human being. If you don't cry when somebody dies or when a pet dies or something like that, you kind of, you're emotionless clods. You're going to fucking shed a tear here and there. I guess even, I guess last week when this girl I used to go out with, she was in the hospital, I did shed a tear a little bit there. But I don't sit there and, oh my gosh, what could I have done? Whatever. Life happens, car accidents happen. People are going to get in the hospital. You move on. You hope for the best. What can you do? You gotta cry every now and then. It's just the way it goes.
Did you have a happy childhood?
Oh yeah. My childhood was fun, man. We had it's just like anything. We always reminisce about how different it was back then, but it really was. I had a paper route growing up. Back then, the newspaper doesn't even exist anymore in most places. We would just go out, and back then you just go out and be in by when the street lights come on. You just go out there and run around, have fun with your friends, go to your friend's house, play video games, whatever. Go there, play. We used to play sports all the time, man. We used to either go up to the park and play basketball or play football in the front yard or play baseball all the time. We used to play baseball games all from sun up to sundown sometimes, man. We would just have fun times. Yeah, so we had a great childhood for sure, man.
Is America the greatest country?
Does it have the potential to be the greatest country for sure? Is it the greatest country in the world right now? I can't say it is. But what, alternatively to that, I would ask, what would be the greatest country? So, it's really, most countries in the world are kind of flawed right now, especially post-COVID. It's just really, it's just, in terms of the people, I don't know. I've gotten to know so many people. Most people are pretty much the same. Most people want to think positive. Most people want to do good stuff. So I don't. Just the question on his premise is just kind of at this point, and it sounds like a dodge, but at this point, in 2022, I don't really think we need to think of stuff as countries. Is America good or that? Does America have a great system in place? Sure. Does America take care of some people? Sure, but it could be improved. There's a lot of suffering in America, so I can't say it's the greatest. But the alternative to that is there's nothing really better going on, and the concept of countries is going to be dated eventually. I mean, we're all human beings. We just need to take care of ourselves and take care of each other. And so 20 years ago, I might have had a different answer than that. I would probably said, "Oh yeah, America, this and that." But I mean, there's parts of the government that just the way it's built, and there's such fear to change. People hate change in America. They like the status quo. So I can't say it's number one anymore. But I say I don't really. There is no number one. I say there's like country. Give me the top 5 countries in the world. I would say they're all empty at this time. Positions 1 through 5 are empty. Prove to me countries that you can do good. Because people are like, oh, the UK is good. And well, the UK is clearing fucking deficiencies as well. People, Ireland the same way, Canada the same way. So,
yeah.
I mean, we just have to improve ourselves as countries.
I think it depends on the person and where they are and the people around them.
Hobo land, yeah, it's the greatest country. Hobo, I don't know if everybody exactly wants to live in your world, brother. I'm just saying. I love you, Hobo.
Let's see if I can bring it up. What's God's plan for you?
God's plan for me is to make everyone check out the STD podcast live Friday nights on YouTube. No, but I just I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people get lazy with that question. They get complacent. It's like, oh, my destiny is this. No, your destiny is what you fucking make it. Your luck is what you make it. If you're in a shit situation, better your situation. I mean, it's not. I don't think God has a plan for me. I think whatever God's plan is, just okay. You exist. That's God's plan. I exist. Whatever I do from there is what I create for my plan. I don't think God has plans for people. God's plan is just you exist. That's it. Whatever you do from there, you just got to better yourself.
What's your opinion on abortion?
I grew up in a very, very pro-life household. Abortion is never a good thing. You should never, you should never take you should really never, it should never be the first option. But I do realize that there are situations where, sometimes, if you look at, the person's life, how they lived, what the situation was, might be a good thing sometimes. I mean, it's a weird thing to say because people will get very, and I'm very Catholic. I've been raised Catholic. I'll probably, I raised my kids Catholic. My dad was Catholic. Probably Catholic till the day I die. But I mean, you have to put common sense in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, is abortion ideal? Obviously not. But sometimes it's needed. We just gotta be real with ourselves. Sometimes it's fucking needed. I mean, I can't, especially if someone's raped or incestuous, whatever. Those kind of situations, you're kind of a dick. If you're a fucking complete dick. You say, oh, you gotta, make this girl raise this child to term. That's not cool, man. That was a fucking traumatic event for that person. So there are instances where you do need it, but I mean, ideally you want to avoid it. But I mean, life is what it is, man.
Same-sex marriage.
I come at this at a different angle. I'm really against marriage. Just personally, I'm just kidding. If you're happy with it and you want to do it, that's fine. I have no problem with it at all. I used to joke. I said, let's make same-sex marriage legal, but we'll make same-sex divorce illegal. And then you see what the fuck. But yeah, I have literally no problem with it, and that's changed. I mean, I've changed like everybody has in that option. I mean, America was very, back in even John Kerry, a lot of the Democratic Party was, civil unions, this, even President Obama was like that for a while. And over the past, over the 2010s, the theory, the thought process changed. A lot of it was just a lot of people just didn't know any gay people, and they really didn't. I mean, but love is love. If you love somebody, why couldn't you marry them? I mean, but the concept of marriage itself, as how it intertwines to the state, that's a whole different option. That's a whole different conversation. But marriage itself, yeah, whatever.
Okay. What about people choosing their own gender?
There's mental illness that comes into play on that for sure. I mean, can't sit there and tell, my pronouns are they and bus. That shit makes no sense, dude. Come on, we have to fucking acknowledge that there is some mental illness that comes into that. I mean, but I don't want to say and I'll come at it with like, okay, everything's melted. As far as the bathrooms, I don't know who's out here sexualizing bathrooms. When I go in the bathroom, I take a shit. I don't fucking think about, who's coming in to watch me. If someone wants to come and watch me take a shit, I'd go ahead, I guess. I mean, fucking more power to you. I'm not sexualizing bathrooms. So, I mean, so it's a combination of, we have to acknowledge, there's some mental, but we're not trying to, alienate people who actually come up with, there are people born intersex, let's say intersex, with, not fully formed vaginas, not fully formed, penises, etc. And that's very touchy. I'm never going to shun somebody. My buddy's kid is, her name's Carissa, and now she goes by Chris, and she takes testosterone. I still love her. Still great, or him, or whatever the fuck you want to call now. Great person. I mean, am I still going to joke about shit? Sure. I mean, I'm not going to, whatever pronouns they want to use, whatever. I'm not going to worry about offending, because at the end of the day, nobody cares about what they offend me. So why the fuck should I care about offending them? So, but I mean, so it's a combination of the mental illness and, in respect, really. I mean, it basically, bottom line, don't sexualize bathrooms. I mean, fuck out of here.
What about them taking part in sports?
Say that one again, bud.
Taking part in sports. So someone who chooses maybe to change their gender.
Oh, well, I don't personally, I'm very radical in how I think about that. In the States, there was this thing called Title IX, and that was about 50 years ago. What Title IX did was it directly tied funding of women's sports to how many people were at the university. And back then it was skewed a lot toward, there was a lot more males in college, but now it's totally off the rails. I mean, you got 60 to 70% of most colleges are female, and you're completely funding and propping up shit sports. Nobody watches women's field hockey. Fuck out of here. I don't want my tax dollars to go pay for that shit. Let those women get another fucking scholarship another way in. So it's I really don't give a fuck. If you want fucking people to go in there, go kill it. If you're out there and you're a trans person, you want to say, hey, I'm a chick now and I'm going to fucking kill at the swim meet, fucking show them how it's done. I mean, you can't have equality and privilege at the same time. So, I mean, I champion it, but for different reasons. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not with the woke mob, but I say if you're out there, you want to go play in any fucking female sport, you didn't kill that shit. I support it 100%.
American football.
What about it? It's kind of, it's life over here. I mean, you see many of,
do you support a specific team or?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge. I'll change hats for a second here. I'm a Browns season ticket holder. I've had many Cleveland Browns on the show, and honestly, it's and I'm very ride or die with them. I mean, it's and I've probably let the team's ups and downs, guide a lot of emotions in my life. When I was younger, I really got into the Browns, like in the '80s. There's and I'm talking to the wall here because you don't understand anything about American football, but back in the 80s, there was the drive and the fumble. I was on the other side of that, the bad part of it, and it really kicked me when I was a kid. That really hit me hard. And then the Browns left in 95, right when I was graduating. 95 was a crazy year of my life, dude. I graduated high school. I went to service, and the team I loved and supported my whole life moved. They fucking just moved the goddamn team, dude. You know how heartbreaking it was, Tom, to have the team that you put your fucking energy in your life, and they just upped it and moved it for no reason. It was so fucked up. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I don't think I will ever get over that moving. It really, 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 it's just such a, I mean, that's so fucked up. I still want to go there and piss on fucking Art Waddell's grave, little fuck, for doing that shit, ruining my goddamn 20s and teens and all that. What a fucking asshole. But yeah, so the Browns came back in 99, and man, they just got a shit owner. Al Lerner was a fucking garbage owner. God rest his soul, but he was fucking trash. Then his son took over. He was even worse. And then the fucking guy he sold it to, Jimmy Haslam, he's a fucking piece of shit. He got caught in all kinds of scandals. I hate that little fuck. So,
okay.
Yeah, but I got season tickets to the Browns in my room from all time.
What's one thing that you would be ashamed of after looking up on the internet? So is there anything that you looked up on the internet that you'd be ashamed of?
Hold on one sec. I got my son camp. Yeah, give me like about an hour and we'll go get it, all right? Yeah, come on, talk what time is it now? Well, there's like 1,000, there's already like 8 Bluetooth speakers in the other room. Just why don't you use one of those? You just want to go shopping, don't you? That's all right. We'll go in a little bit. I 100% apologize. Can you say that question again, my man? I'm so sorry.
What's one thing that you'll be ashamed of that you looked up on the internet?
Oh, jeez. I have no shame, so I really don't care. I mean,
Or with someone else who would be ashamed.
if you're talking about for somebody else to be ashamed of, I mean,
yeah.
I maybe my porn search history. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay.
That's probably it, really. I mean, most of the stuff I search on the internet is related to the show. It's kind of vanilla and boring, and bam, give me the porn. But even then, that's nothing. It's not
Okay.
like not like I'm looking up chicks fucking toasters or something. I'm just standard porn shit.
Have you overcome any bad habits?
I have actually. I used to be a cigarette smoker. I smoked from about 93 to about 06. And then I quit. I quit smoking cigarettes and quit drinking pop in the same year. It was 06. I haven't had cigarettes or pop. I mean, every now and then. I'm not saying I haven't smoked cigarettes. I mean, even a couple weeks ago I did for the show, but like I don't do it regularly. The same thing with pop. But yeah, so it's best if you quit something to do it with something else. If you're gonna quit smoking cigarettes, quit drinking pop. It's always best to have tandem like that, in my opinion.
Yeah. What's weird about you?
What's weird about me? Everything's weird about me. If you fucking looked at me, I'm just playing. I mean, I'm so out there that my whole life is kind of weird. I could just call myself Weird Joe Varell and people would love it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just very eccentric. I try to be unique. I don't like repetition at all. Like that's another reason I got out of stand up. I don't want to sit there and tell the same jokes 8 times in a row. I like different shit. I love variety. I just can't sit there and do the same thing over and over because my government job is, it's sitting there doing the same thing over and over. So I just don't like it. So that's why I like being different.
How many times a day do you check yourself in the mirror?
Well, I got to ask you, does the camera count as the mirror? Yes or no?
Yes, go on.
Oh, fuck, hundreds. I mean, I'm on streams all day. I mean, I'm constantly looking at myself. So I can't even count that high, bro.
Okay. What's the last song you sung to yourself?
The last song I sung to myself?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Probably the Scoop There It Is commercial because I just had the tag team guys on there.
Last song you sung to someone else?
Oh, last song I sang to someone else. Probably the same thing, just singing in the front room to the cat, to the wife.
Do you remember your first paycheck?
First paycheck? Well, back then I had a paper out, and it wasn't really a paycheck. First technical check would be Long John Silver's in '93. Either way, paper out. The paper out it was all in cash, so they just whatever you cashed out, and that wasn't really a check, I guess. So I guess technically first paycheck would probably be Long John Silver's in '93.
Hi Vanessa, how you doing? Next question. Have you ever broken any bones? I think that's the next question.
I have. I broken. Let's see. I broke my toe kicking my brother in my big toe on my left foot. That was 89. And then in 1990, 91, broke this arm. I was playing baseball. I went like that. Actually, it was just this arm. So I was playing baseball, batting like this. I'm right-handed. I went like this to avoid the ball and hit me right in the arm. That was only a cast for like a week or two. And I think in Cancun in spring break, I fucked my toe up, but I never got fixed back in 02. But nothing traumatic. I've never like shattered a leg or lost an ear or anything like that.
Ever get instant fire remorse?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes some of these guests I get on the show, some are like, "Fuck, this is useless." So I mean, I got a lot of money coming in, a lot of money going out. So for sure. There's some things I bought. It was just like, what the fuck is this? Why am I even buying this? So totally. It's just a zero-sum world. When you do things impulsively, sometimes it doesn't work out. So, for sure.
Okay. Have you ever tried any exotic meats?
Yeah, I had. There was a place in Baltimore that served. Actually, there was the theme of the restaurant was exotic meat, and they had like alligator bites, and then they had a burger. It was a wild boar burger. It was really good. And then I've had, in Ohio, there's a lot of deer, so we get a lot of venison, sausage, and all that. When I was up in Alaska, we had some bear. Well, there's all kinds of black bear up there, so they kill the bear and turn it into wild jerky and all that. So I had a lot of that. And the interesting fact about that, dude, is like whatever the bear is eating, makes is what the meat tastes like. So if like the bear's eating a lot of blueberries and shit like that, the meat will taste different. It's kind of weird.
Okay, oh yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. How much money do you have in your bank account right now? Your checking account?
Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me log on and see. I think it's like 20-something thousand, but I don't know what the exact one is. I don't exactly know the whole balance. And you know what? I knew this question was coming up, so I actually saved because I was gonna look up how much I got in there regardless, and I knew this was coming up, so I was just gonna live do it for maximum effect. Here, hold on. I'm fucking stoned on my mind. So it's hard to get those passwords in. Let's see here. All right. Password is not trying correct. It's like well, yeah, we'll do that later. I'm way too stoned to do that. It's like 20,000, something like that.
Yeah, that's good enough. Are you planning to make any changes in your life?
Say the last one again. Oh, right there.
Are you planning to make any changes in the near future?
No, just sit here, get high, and fucking keep doing the show. I mean, I'm fixed down there. I had the vasectomy, so I can't have any more kids. Oh, I'm 45 years old. What the fuck would I be doing out there having kids anyways? Any more kids after that anyways? But yeah, I mean, from here, just kind of glide to retirement. I mean, if I start making money on the show, or I'd love to retire early, but we'll see.
Are we alone?
Say that last one again.
Are we alone?
Are we alone? This is an extraterrestrial question. In terms of beings as we know it, yes, because people like to overthink that. There's no other carbon-based life forms in the entire universe besides humans. Just ain't. And bottom line, no intelligent life, at least. I've been with the government many years. Seen how it is. Things out there. Everything can be proven fucking false. There's no anything contact with other whatever. It's just all coincidence. It's all bullshit. You show me a picture of a fucking alien. That don't exist. They don't fucking exist. We're all, in terms of carbon-based life forms, Earth is it. And I will say that unequivocally. If you prove me wrong, I'll give you $100,000 right now. Show me a picture of another fucking civilization. I'll give you $100,000 right now. It just does not exist. People like to drastically overthink that question. So to follow up that question, do I believe in aliens? No, I do not. I don't believe in ghosts either. I don't believe in ghosts. There's no such thing as ghosts. Show me a fucking picture of a ghost. Show me a ghost right now. Show them. Anyone in the chat, show me a picture of a ghost. Actual ghost, not just some fucking coincidence or some Photoshop. The shit does not exist. There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as aliens. None of that. Quit living in a fucking fantasy world. No such thing as zombies. All that bullshit. It's just us, and that's it.
Last time you were rejected.
Oh fuck! I get rejected several times a day on interview requests. So I couldn't even tell you. Literally several times a day. I mean, I'm if you could just learn to, I mean, this is a weird thing to say, but just accept rejection is an inevitable part of life. I just hit it and move on. I mean, shit.
Your first car.
First car was 1991 Ford Aerostar. It was green. It was a minivan. It's huge. Fucking huge. We had so many parties in that thing, Tom. Oh God, it was crazy. We used to just drink beer in that car, man. I used to drink and drive so much, so irresponsibly much in high school. I'm surprised I got caught towards the end, once I graduated. But man, I just pound beers, drink. I didn't give a fuck. And in hindsight, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, I didn't harm anybody, so there was no harm done, but it's pretty reckless. First mobile phone was first time I used one was probably 92, 93. My buddy Bobby had a phone. But the first one I had was, I think, late 95, maybe early 96. AudioVox, something like that. But back then, it was the company that became Verizon. Verizon was always Verizon. Before that, it was AirTouch Cellular. Then AirTouch Cellular, that was the first one I was AirTouch. Then AirTouch turned into, there was a company before it became Verizon. This is going to drive me crazy. Maybe it was AirTouch, but then that became Verizon. And then I had Verizon for the longest, and then I got Sprint, and then I just dropped that, and I got Republic Wireless.
Okay. What's on your bucket list? You've done a lot of things. Have you anything else you want to do?
Not really. I mean, I'd like to jump out of a plane at some point, but I don't want to do it how they do it. I mean, I'm right in the borderline. I think you got to be under 250. I'm right at 250. But like, I don't want to do tandem jumps. I don't want some fucking dude strapped to my ass. Like, I'm not trying to take a course. So like me not following rules, not liking rules, so it's probably never gonna happen unless one of my friends gets it up or whatever. I'm never gonna do it in a thing like that. So I mean, other than that, I just travel. I like traveling. Love to visit. I mean, I'm inevitably I'm gonna hit the UK for sure here soon. Other than that, some of Latin America, but just travel really. Other than that, I've experienced and done pretty much everything. I'd like to have the other stuff. I don't want. It's not really. It's a PG-13 show, and there are probably kids watching, so I don't want to get into that. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Do you have any talent that will be considered useless?
Oh yeah, tons of them. I mean, I can here. I'll show you. I can flip my eyelids inside out. Check this out. See, I gotta do both here.
Why?
Oh. Hold on, it's hard to hold it up. I'm kind of high, so it's
no, I've seen it.
And I can do my voice is kind of sharp. I used to be able to do a good fire alarm. My voice is shot, so it doesn't work now. But those are pretty fucking useless right there.
Okay. Last thing you googled.
What's that? Oh, last thing I googled. Oh, let's see here. Actually, I could probably type that in here. Last thing I googled. Right on Google. Oh, I googled the weather in Yakutsk, Russia. For some reason, it was the last thing I googled, and it was 28 degrees, negative 28 degrees up there.
Can I ask why?
I like because Yakutsk is like the coldest city on the planet. I like to see how cold it is up there.
Okay. If you're standing in front of your 16-year-old self, what advice would you give him?
Shine on, you fucking diamond, and keep doing the life the way you did it. Because, I mean, it's like this, dude. If I would have been like this when I was 16, you know how many fucking pregnant women would be out there? I wouldn't be able to afford that shit. So, yeah, I'll just fucking keep doing what you're doing, man. I wouldn't give my fucking 16-year-old self any life advice. Just live life. Because it's just going to happen, I mean, because like the shit I know now is it's just a different world too, man. You got to think back when I was 16 in 1993 or so. And there's so many different, that was before the internet. That was before, a lot of stuff. So, I mean, the advice I have now, just my 16-year-old self would need so much explaining. I just wouldn't even do it.
How would friends describe you in 3 words?
Sexy as fuck. No, probably just wild, weird, and crazy, shit like that. I mean, I'm a very fun-loving. Good. I mean, I try. I'm not the best father in the world. I mean, I'm not a slacker. I mean, you just saw me slack right there. But I mean, it's I'm very real. I try to be the realest person possible. And when I say real, I don't foster false positivity. I mean, I don't support bullshit. If your content, like say for example on YouTube, we relate life to YouTube because that's how it is. But like if I go out there and I check out your channel fucking sucks. I'm not gonna support that, So I only support real. So I would say my realness is what I people are gonna like me. I don't care if you fucking like me. I want you to respect my realness. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Yeah. If you can respect my realness and you don't like me, that's fine. I'd rather have that than somebody who's gonna be like, oh, this guy's the best ever, and they don't even look at what I'm about. They don't get to know me. You know what I mean? I'd rather have that. I'd rather have 100 people who dislike me and fucking but respect me than fucking 10 people who are just artificially like, oh,
Hardest goodbye you ever had?
Hardest goodbye in life I've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, back in 2010, man. Or no, 2020. Hold on one second. Yes. Jimmy just asked me if I wanted some nuggets. Hell yeah, I love nuggets, bro. Nuggets are good. But man, back in 2010, it was July 11th, and I was standing at the hospital. And I was actually wearing this hat, this Brooklyn hat.
Okay.
Brooklyn Dodgers hat. And I was standing with my dad, and I just looked my dad right in the eye, and I was like, Dad, thank you for everything you've done with me. The world was a better place because you existed in it, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to make the world a better place for me, my children, and your grandchildren, everything else going forward. And that was, and I saw the admiration in his face. That he's like, all right, you did a good job. You did a great fucking job, Joe. Appreciate that. And this is the height of COVID. This is June 2020. You know what I mean? Like we only got allowed. We had 2 options. You could either do a video conference, which my brother did, or you go down there and see him. And I was like, there's no fucking way, no way I'm not gonna say goodbye to my father. I'm not gonna tell my father how much I respected what he did for me, how much I loved him, and how much I was gonna just try to. I got this picture right up there in the corner of the studio. He's my idol. I love my dad. Probably the one person. He was so misunderstood in his time. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of stuff about my dad. Towards the end, after my mom died, it got really. He didn't know what to do in life. It was kind of like a drift. He didn't know. He had no game. My father had no game. He could not pick up a chick to save his ass. And once my mom died, he had no clue. He was trapping on the dregs, bro. He had this fucking girlfriend named Peggy, and she was such a fucking piece of shit, dude. She was such a leech. She lived in the public housing, but it was all my dad could get because my dad had cancer, man. He had one of those bags, you know what I mean? Like he had this shit in the bag or whatever. So he just had to take what he can get. He had no game. He didn't establish no life relationships. He just sat there and did whatever. And man, so they were sitting there once, and Peggy's like niece, or I don't know, one of Peggy's fucking scum relatives was over, and they were talking about something. And my dad, I don't know what he did, but he reached up and grabbed the titty or whatever. And my dad's just like me, fucking total perv. And I guess because it was a misunderstood thing or whatever. And then Peggy left after that. And I think that had to be my mom doing that, because man, if that bitch, she was trying to get my dad to marry her, and that'd have been fucking horrible if Peggy would have, my dad would have married Peggy. It really would have been fucked up. It was fucked up, the situation I would deal with regularly, but what a scum human being. Those are the people I hate, Thomas. The people who they just leech on and they want to just drain everything. And my dad worked his ass off his entire life, dude, his entire life. And that for somebody to come in like that and to drop such bullshit propaganda on my father, oh, you're living in sin and this, what a fucking scum human being. I want to go over there right now and fuck her up. But I'm not. I'm not going to do that, because that's negative energy. I don't have that kind of time in life. You know what I mean? There is people in this world who have done such fucked up things to me, dude. Well, a lot of fucked up things to my existence, my past. I just block it out, man. It's just negative energy. I ain't got time for that. I learned a lot from my dad, though, dude. My dad, he died in isolation, bro, right at the height of COVID, man. He would fucking sit there and just screaming out. He hated all of it. And granted, that was because my dad's a controlling person. He liked being in charge, and him not being in charge of his own destiny really affected how he was. But I guide a lot of my life, like how I do things, and I don't want to go out like that. I'm not saying we're always going to be in a fucking pandemic, but I'm not going to sit there and live a life of what if. I'm going to establish relationships now to where, if I'm in my 70s, I'm on my deathbed, I could reach out to people and they're going to be there for me. There was only so much I could do for my dad, man. It was really hard because I'm a father myself, I'm doing this and that, and I did the best I could. But dealing with fucking Peggy and all that bullshit in the hospitals, it was a lot. And my dad, he lived a great life. He gave us some good money when he died. Yeah, not the best in the world, but it was a decent amount of money. But if Peggy would have fucked it up, so you learn lessons from life like that in people. You see what happened to them. You don't want to do that, So I learned a lot. I learned a lot over the past couple of years. I mean, I really have, just about relationships, who's real, who's trying to fucking suck leech off people. I hate leeches, dude. I really do. If you're out there and you're begging for fucking help and you don't need help because you're the fucking person who put yourself in that situation, you are a fucking piece of shit. Go out there and better your fucking self. I ain't got time for that. No way. I will call it out every fucking time I see it. Any fucking charity fraud or whatever. There's too much. People who prey on people's generosity are fucking scum. I fucking hate you if you do that. Because I'm a generous person, dude. I'm not saying I'm rich, but I try to help people. I really do, man. And then people take advantage of that. And I really I hate that. And it ruins it for the people who genuinely do need help. Some people out there need our help, Thomas. I could really help some people. And then you got fucking assholes out there ruining it. So I ain't got no time for that, bro. None at all. Sorry for that fucking rant.
No problem. If money was no object, what would you do all day?
Oh, you're looking at it. I mean, I would just literally just sit here and get better weed. I mean, I've done everything I can in life. I mean, I probably have, a couple hotter chicks hanging around, but other than that, I would just give it out. I mean, I've done everything I can. I got everything I need in this world. I'm not really a materialistic person. I mean, just better weed, probably. Better weed and fucking more happy friends because they'd be generous.
Do you think veterans, like the people you work with, need better help?
Say it again.
Do you think the veterans, kind of people that you're meant to help with the claims, do you think some of them need better help?
I just think they would need a better. Well, they need a better system. I mean, the way the system is set up is kind of crazy. But I mean, it's there's only. I mean, you could throw $1 billion at it. I mean, until the system's fixed, you know, it's whatever.
Okay. Clean or messy person?
Oh, I'm a fucking slob. I am a 100% slob. I mean, you can look at the other side of the studio right there, and that just shows you how fucking much of a slob I am. I don't really care. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I like cleaning. I like a clean spot, but I don't like cleaning. I just don't like cleaning. Whatever. It's always gonna be like that, you know.
Sorry, 1 second. If you could go to space but you couldn't come back, would you go?
I could go up to outer space, but I couldn't come back.
Yes.
If I could say proper goodbyes and it was towards the end of life, yes. Like say I was like 78 and like, hey, we need somebody to go up in space for a while, but you never get to come back. I would consider that, but like right now, no, I wouldn't do
it. Who's on your hit list?
On my hit list? Well,
yeah.
I've touched on some of these people throughout the fucking show, but my sister-in-law, let's see, actually both my sister-in-laws. I don't think my Kim's got a brother named George, and her wife's a fucking cunt too. So those two, Peggy, I was just talking about earlier. Definitely, I would like to take her out. Chadio, he's a fucking. I'm just kidding. I love Chadio. Who else would not be on there? I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't really hate on a holistic level too many people up. Yeah, I can't control the shit that happens at the highest level. So I mean, that's whatever.
Would you open an envelope with the exact date of your death?
No, I wouldn't want to know that. I like unpredictability. I like not knowing what the story is ahead. You know what I mean? I like writing my own narrative. I like taking risks and seeing what happens. I don't like predictability, so I wouldn't want to know that at all. I mean, that would if you knew that, you would think about it all the fucking time. You know, it would eat your soul. I wouldn't want to know nothing like that. Fuck no.
Okay. What is your favorite emoji?
My favorite emoji is the one I use the most is probably the crying tears emoji. My favorite is probably. Oh, geez, that's a good question. Actually, I like the pear ass one when you're talking to a chick with a big ass. It makes me laugh every time. Every time it makes me laugh.
Okay. Try to get up another question. Should have printed these out. Will be handier. Go for a final question to make it real. Oh, favorite pizza topping?
Favorite pizza topping? It's probably a tie between like bacon, pepperoni, and beef. Maybe I would say. Any one of the meat. I really don't have a favorite one. Any one of the meats is probably good.
Okay. So you know yourself the best. Have I missed any area or question I should have asked you?
No, man, you hit it all, brother. I mean, it's I mean, it's just. I mean, you could ask me just how it's going, and I could talk for an hour and a half. It's no, you know, I go off on tangents. I don't even remember half the shit we just talked about, but you know, I go, yeah, I thought it was a proper. Well, if you're out there in the chat, what'd you guys think, man? Think it was a good interview or what? Do you think I was a bunch of bullshit? Think I brought nothing to the party? Or do you think I'm more entertaining than half these motherfuckers out there on YouTube you're checking out? So all you out there, I ask of you this today. Go out there, tell 4 or 5 of your friends, hey, check out Edibles on the STD Podcast live on Fridays. You'll dig it, man. You'll fucking dig the vibe. You'll dig what I bring to the goddamn party. And I'll tell you what, you're gonna be lucky. You know, like you're gonna thank yourself now if you knew me now as opposed to 4 years from now. Because 4 years from now, I might not be able to, you know, do stuff like this. I might be too famous. I'm not saying it will. It's not a guarantee in life. I could die tomorrow. Who knows? But, you know, my trajectory is up. I have a drive like no other. I'm constantly learning, constantly growing. I'm until fucking I'm at the top. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to get to the top. I'm too old for that. But, you know, I'm going to get pretty fucking famous here pretty fucking quick. Let's be real. And the people I got around me, the people I'm growing with, the right connections, the right stuff. So, just check out on Friday nights, bro, and subscribe if you like what you see, man. You really will dig it. You really will. And most of the people watching this are probably already sub. That's fine. But, you know, tell 4 or 5 of your friends, check this guy out, man. This guy's fucking hilarious, dude. He is more funny than a god. If you had 5 fire hydrants in a row, like for some reason, people put 5 fire hydrants like right here. I'm funnier than those 5 fire hydrants easily, all day, bro, all day.
Definitely. I think we're going to say goodbye to everyone who is watching. Everyone in chat, you're brilliant for watching, commenting, sharing, liking, all the things. And till next time.
Yeah,
and thank you, Joey. You've been brilliant.
Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna.
All
right.
We'll end it.